There is a massive theory gaining serious traction right now on General Hospital, and it is one that we all need to pay very close attention to as we head into the upcoming episodes. For years, I have been hearing the rumblings, and I know you guys have heard them too. Maurice Bernard, the legendary actor who has breathed life into the iconic Sonny Corinthos for decades, might finally be preparing to step back from the spotlight. Now, there has not been any official press release or formal announcement just yet, but my gut and my inside sources are telling me that it is only a matter of time before the beloved actor makes his final decision to retire or significantly reduce his screen time. Playing a mob boss with bipolar disorder for over 30 years is an exhausting marathon, and Maurice has given us his heart, his soul, and multiple Emmy-winning performances. If this leaked script direction is truly happening, the writers absolutely have to prepare the canvas well in advance to ensure a smooth transition for the fans. You simply cannot write out a titan like Sonny Corinthos overnight. He is the gravitational center of Port Charles, the man who has controlled the docks, the coffee imports, and the criminal underworld for as long as most of us can remember. So, if Sonny is indeed on his way out, the writers are not just looking to replace the character, they are actively plotting a massive succession storyline for the Corinthos organization. That is the million-dollar question we are all asking, ladies. Who takes over the throne when the king finally steps down? In my opinion, Sonny would rather burn his entire empire to the ground than hand the keys over to a complete outsider. After all the blood, sweat, tears, and devastating sacrifices the Corinthos family has endured to build this syndicate, handing that immense power to a stranger would destroy Sonny's legacy. The successor absolutely must be blood. It has to be family, without a shadow of a doubt. Naturally, your first thought might be Jason Morgan. For decades, Jason has been Sonny's right-hand man, his enforcer, and his most trusted confidant. But let us look at the current situation playing out on our screens right now. Jason has just returned to Port Charles after a deeply traumatic experience being held captive by the WSB, and he is a profoundly changed man. The leaked details and recent episodes clearly show that Jason is making a definitive, life-altering choice to step away from the mob life. He wants to protect his son, Danny Morgan, from the constant danger, the violence, and the endless cycle of retribution that comes with the territory. Jason has realized that the cost of this life is just too high, especially after Danny was arrested during the recent Windermere chaos. Jason is no longer the heir apparent. He wants distance from the underworld, not the heavy crown of running it. This massive shift in Jason's priorities leaves a glaring vacuum at the very top of the organization. This brings me to the absolute most explosive part of this insider leak, a rumor that has been circulating in the deepest corners of the soap opera community and is now catching serious fire. I am paying very close attention to the whispers about the highly anticipated potential return of Morgan Corinthos to Port Charles. Yes, ladies, you heard me correctly. Morgan Corinthos. I know we all watched that devastating car bomb explosion years ago, the bomb that was meant for Julie Jerome, and we grieved alongside Sonny and Carly as they mourned their youngest son. But this is a soap opera, and as we all know from watching this genre for decades, unless you see a body, and sometimes even if you do, nobody is ever truly dead. If these casting shakeup rumors turn out to be true, the entire landscape of the show is about to be flipped completely upside down, and the Corinthos family will never be the same. Just imagine the sheer emotional weight of Morgan returning from the dead. If Morgan is proven to be alive and makes a dramatic, sweeping return to town, the reunion between him and Sonny would be nothing short of television gold. It would be the kind of sweeps week material that wins Emmy Awards and keeps us glued to our screens for months. But beyond the tears, the shock, and the heartfelt embraces, Morgan's resurrection serves a very specific, strategic, narrative purpose for the writers. With Jason out of the mob picture and Michael firmly entrenched in the legitimate corporate world of Aurora and ELQ, Morgan is the only logical choice to take the reins. He always had that dark, unpredictable edge, that desperate desire to prove himself to his father and be a true part of the family business. If this leaked storyline comes to fruition, I do not expect Sonny to just hand Morgan a gun and a ledger and walk away on day one. No, this will be a meticulously crafted, slow burn transition of power. Instead of carrying the crushing weight of the entire organization on his aging shoulders, Sonny can finally begin preparing for a true handover. Morgan has been gone a long time. He would need guidance, protection, and a crash course in how the modern underworld operates today. He cannot run the syndicate alone right out of the gate without making fatal mistakes. He is going to need a very specific, highly capable team of advisors to ensure the Corinthos family does not lose its iron grip on the territory. This is exactly where Brick comes into the picture, and I think you guys will agree with me on this one. We already know that Sonny trusts Brick implicitly with security, surveillance, and tactical operations. Brick has been a loyal friend and a formidable asset to the organization for years. In this new era, I predict Brick will step up as Morgan's primary strategic advisor. Brick knows the streets, he knows the enemies, and he knows exactly how Sonny operated at his absolute peak. He would be the perfect mentor to teach Morgan the tactical side of the business, ensuring that the young, hot-headed heir does not make a tragic misstep. Brick's unwavering loyalty to Sonny would easily transfer to Morgan, acting as the ultimate shield while Morgan learns to navigate the treacherous waters of Port Charles's criminal underworld. But brute force and tactical street smarts are only half of the equation when it comes to running a syndicate. Running a modern mob empire requires sophisticated legal maneuvering, political connections, and complex corporate structuring, which brings us to the brilliant and always controversial Rick Lansing. We have seen Rick recently reintegrating into Sonny's inner circle, much to Jason Morgan's vocal dismay. Rick is brilliant, cunning, and knows exactly how to exploit the law to protect the family. I strongly believe that Rick will serve as the legal and financial architect for Morgan's new regime. Rick can handle the complex business problems, the money laundering, and the legal loopholes, providing Morgan with the legitimate front he desperately needs to operate safely without drawing the attention of the PCPD or the WSB. Together, Brick and Rick Lansing represent the two essential halves of Sonny's brain, the street smarts and the legal cunning. With these two veteran players flanking him, Morgan Corinthos could systematically step into the role of the boss. It would not be an abrupt, jarring change that alienates the audience or feels unearned. Instead, it would be a fascinating, slow burn evolution. We would get to watch Morgan grow from a reckless, traumatized young man into a hardened, calculating leader who commands respect. Sonny would remain in the background, a silent godfather figure, watching his son prove his mettle, secure the family's legacy, and defeat their rivals. It is the perfect way to honor the character of Sonny while passing the torch to the next generation. Of course, a transition of power like this is never going to be peaceful, and that is where the real drama lies. The moment the other crime families and enemies, like the lingering threats from Jen Sidwell's dangerous associates or brand new rivals arriving in town, smell blood in the water, they're going to strike hard. They will view Morgan as young, inexperienced, and vulnerable. They will test the new young boss at every single turn, trying to carve out pieces of the Corinthos territory for themselves. This will create a massive wave of fresh, high-stakes drama for the show. Morgan will have to make ruthless, heartbreaking decisions to prove he is not a weak link. We are going to see a darker, more formidable Morgan Corinthos, one who has been hardened by whatever terrible things kept him away from Port Charles all these years. If this incredible theory actually plays out on our screens, I truly believe it will be one of the most poignant and emotionally satisfying storylines in the entire history of General Hospital. For decades, Sonny has been trapped in an endless cycle of violence, always fearing that his lifestyle would ultimately destroy his children. He has lost so much, and the guilt has constantly eaten away at him. To have Morgan return, not as a victim to be mourned, but as a capable successor, gives Sonny the ultimate closure he deserves. Sonny can finally find peace and step away from the dangerous mob life, knowing that his empire is not falling into the hands of his enemies, but is being fiercely protected by his own flesh and blood. The legacy of the Corinthos family would be secure for decades to come. The climax of all this is rapidly approaching, and the leaked script suggests that a major piece of evidence regarding Morgan's survival is about to surface in the coming weeks. Someone in Port Charles is holding on to a massive, explosive secret, and when it finally blows up, the fallout will be absolutely spectacular. We are talking about a revelation that will send shockwaves through the Quartermain mansion, the hospital, and the criminal underworld. Carly is going to lose her mind, Michael will be stunned, and Sonny will have his entire world tilted on its axis. The pieces are slowly falling into place, and the writers are setting the stage for a family reunion that will go down in soap opera history. Until the network officially confirms this massive casting shakeup, all we can do is connect the dots, analyze the clues, and prepare for the emotional roller coaster that is about to hit our screen. The groundwork is being laid with Jason stepping back and Rick moving in, and it all points to one undeniable conclusion. So, I have to ask you guys, and I want you to be totally honest with me. Do you think Morgan Corinthos is truly alive? And is he the right man to inherit Sonny's dark throne? Do you think Brick and Rick can keep him in line, or will the power go to his head? Drop your thoughts, theories, and predictions in the comments below, because I know you ladies have some strong opinions on this one, and I cannot wait to read every single one of them.